Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of data structure. In this video, we will see the step-by-step implementation of Morse using C language. We will write down the program from the basic, from the step 1 till the last step. Okay. In the previous video, we have seen the procedure or the working principle of Morse. Okay. So before starting the programming part, let us recall the concept of Morse sort. Morse sort is nothing but a recursively sorting the sublist using divide and conquer principle. And also we have seen that it follows three different steps. So where you have to divide the entire unsorted list into sublist, which will contain maximum one element. Then we have to take the adjacent pair of two singleton list so that two elements can be sorted, and you have to merge the process, or you have to repeat the same process till you are not getting a single sorted list. Okay. Now, to for your better understanding, I will suggest you just check the video of the previous video where the working principle of Morse sort we have discussed through a simple example. Then it will be very much easier for you to understand the three steps as well as the program what you are going to write. Okay. So let us start the implementation part of Morse sort. Okay. Now, for the implementation, we will declare the header file. So we need an array. Then I'll declare a size variable so that as per the requirement of the user, I'll take the input that how many values I want to sort. And for loop purpose, I'll take a loop variable. Okay. So before starting the input to the array, I have to ask the user that how many values actually you want to keep in the array. And previously also I have told that maximum you can give 30 elements. Okay, because the size of the array is 30. So now we'll take the values input to the array. So for array input, I have to start the index from 0. It will go 1 less than the size. Okay. So every time I'll ask the user enter the value. And whatever the value I'll provide, that will go to the array and every index. Okay. So once my loop will be over, whatever the total number of values I want to keep in the array, everything will be there. Okay. But for confirmation, what we'll do, let us print the value. But till now, what you have done, we have not applied the sorting mechanism. So we'll write down values of the array before sorting are. So to access or to operate the values of array, again I have to take the help of loop where my index will start from 0. Will go 1 less than the size of the array. Okay. So I have printed the values. Next, what I'll do, I'll apply more sort function. It's not predefined. The program we are going to write. Okay. So currently I am just declaring the function. Now, if you have understood the step by step process that we have discussed in the last video, you will always think of that we need how many index? Always we need two index. Okay. So I need the starting one and I need the last one. Why? Because I have to find the mid and the rest of the process I have to follow. Okay. So every time I need to go for more sort, I need two things. One is the starting index. So initially the starting index is 0 and the last index is size minus 1. Okay. So I'm just calling the more sort function and I hope this function will work. So once it will work means definitely the array will be sorted. So I have to print the values of array after sorting. And the same thing I have to print from 0 to less than size. Every value one by one index it will access and it will print the values. Okay. So till now what we have done, we have declared the array. We have taken the size of the array so that how many values I want to keep in the array that I can take input. According to the size, I have taken the values to the array as input. After that, for confirmation, I am printing the values of the array, but it is not sorted. So I have given the message values of the array before sorting. After that, I am making a call, okay, to merge sort where the starting index and the last index I am passing as argument along with the entire array. Okay, so I hope that this function will work. We will write down the correct code. Then after that, I am printing the array once again, which is the sorted one. So that after sorting. Okay. So let us define merge sort. So in merge sort, what are the arguments I have passed? I have passed one array. So let us catch another array. This is how I will catch the array name and the symbol. Then two values I have passed. One, the starting index, one, the last index. Okay. So start and one is your end. Okay. So in merge sort, what actually you are doing? If you'll recall the concept that one unsorted array is given to me where I only know what is my starting index, what is my ending index. What I need to do, I have to find the mid position. Once I'll get the mid position, I have to divide the array into two halves. One from starting to mid, another one is mid plus one to end. And what I need to do, again I have to apply merge sort. That means again mid you apply, mid find, and then you divide. Okay. The same process, whatever we have already done in the previous video. So we have to write down the program for that. Clear? So I need to find the mid position. So I have to declare it. And one more thing also we have discussed in the last video that till what actually we are able to divide. Till there are minimum two elements are there in the array, we can divide the array into next. Okay. So that means if start is less than end, then only I can divide. If start will become equal to end, that means the single element present in the array and we cannot divide further. Okay. So if start is less than end, I can find the mid position. How? Start plus end by 2. Okay. Once I'll find the mid position, I'll apply merge sort recursively for two lists. One is from starting to mid, list 1, and once again I'll apply merge sort to the rest of the values, that is mid plus 1 to last. Okay. This is what for division purpose. From beginning to mid one list, mid plus 1 to last another list. Okay. Or array 2. So by using the process of recursion, I can divide the array into singleton unit of elements. But once we'll divide, next is what? I need to merge. But while merging, I need array, I need the starting position, I need the mid position, I need the end position. So four are required. Why? Why there are four elements are required? See, whenever I need to merge two arrays, this is my starting one. How I'll get? From the starting variable. Ending, definitely I'll get because I have the end variable. Okay. What I don't have? One, the ending of the first list, and second one, the starting position of the second list. That I don't have. I only have the first one, the starting of the first list, ending of the second list. I don't have the ending of the first list and starting of the second list. But if you will recall, this is the mid position because whenever you are dividing on the basis of mid. So mid is the ending of the first list. So if I'll get the mid value, then definitely mid plus 1 is the starting of the second list. So for that only, whenever I'll merge two lists, I need the mid position. Otherwise, I'll never get the ending of the first list and the starting of the second list. That's why the start, mid, and end, everything I need to pass. Okay, I hope everybody has understood. Now let us merge two list. So what I have passed? I have passed one array. I have passed the starting one. I have passed mid, and also I have passed end. Okay, so let us keep a rough side by side so that you can understand what you are doing here. So already you have told merging means merging of two sorted list. Okay. So the base part is merging of two sorted list. So that means suppose this is 8, 10, 35 and 47. Clear? Here suppose it is 5, 9, 25, 28. Okay. So in list 1, these are all sorted from the previous step. In list 2, this is also sorted from the previous step. Now this is the final step we are doing where you have to merge all the elements. Okay. So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. So definitely this is the start, this is the mid, this is mid plus 1, and this is end. Okay. Now in the resultant also, this will be my start. So whatever the start is the list one, that is the start in my resultant one. But whenever this is array, clear? This is also array. But whenever you will compare two array, I cannot keep the result in the same array. I have to take the help of another temporary array where I'll compare both the list and I'll keep the resultant one. Okay. So I need a temporary array where I can store the result after comparison. Okay. So if the starting one is pointed by suppose I, then this start will be pointed by k. Okay. If this is 0, this will be 0. If this is something else, then this k will also be something else. Okay. But whatever start variable is pointing, my k variable will also point to the same index, but in another array. So we have taken another array, temporary array, to store the result. Okay. Just keep this particular diagram for your reference. So I need I, j, and k. So what is my I here? I is start. What is j here? J is mid plus 1. Okay. So this is starting of first list. This is starting of second list. Okay. Now what about K? K is definitely start, which is the starting of temp array. Okay. So that means I need a temporary array also. Done. Okay. Now what we will do? We will compare. What we will compare? Now we will compare the first value which is pointed by I with the value which is pointed by j. Okay, anyone will be lesser, will go to the temporary array k. Okay, so that you have done. So similarly you have to write down here, while I less than equal to mid and j less than equal to end. What is the meaning of this particular loop? So it says that I position value and j position value will be compared, no problem. But till what it will be compared? Till one of the list, all the values are not present in the resultant array. That means I will be incremented, j will be incremented as per the condition. But if I is crossing mid, that means all the values of list 1 are already compared with list 2. Or if j is crossing end, that means second array, all the values are already present in the resultant. So there is nothing to be compared. So comparison will be continuing till I is not crossing mid or j is not crossing end. Okay. So that condition you have to provide here. What condition? Okay, if array of I is less than equal to array of j. So which one is smaller? Definitely array of I is smaller. So array of I will come to the resultant one. Then I plus plus k plus plus. Okay. Because the left hand side value is coming to the resultant one. If that condition is false, that means which one is smaller? Array of j is smaller. So I need to bring array of j to the resultant one. After that, j will be plus plus, k will be plus plus. So in any of the case, k is definitely going to be incremented. Okay, so let us understand. What is my I currently? So I is 0. What is my mid currently? Mid is 3. What is my j here? J is 4. What is my end here? 7. So 0 less than equal to 3, true. 4 less than equal to 7, true. Now come inside. Array of 0. Array of 0 is how much? Now 8. Array of j is 5. 8 less than equal to 5, false. That means this else block is going to be executed. What will happen? This j position value will come to k. Okay. After that, j position work is over. So now j will be incremented to fifth index. And k will be incremented to one index, the next one. Because the next value what will be we will compare will come to the resultant. Okay. Now check again. I is currently 0, but j is now 5. So 8 will be compared with 9. 8 less than equal to 9, true. That means my if condition is true. So this block is going to be executed. So 8 will come here. Okay. After that, my I will be incremented to 1 and k will be incremented to 2. I have told you that either I value will coming or j value will be coming. In both the case, k is going to be incremented one by one. Okay. And when this loop will be stopped, now let us compare. After 8, what will come? The 9 will come. Then j will point to 6. Then 10 will be compared with 25. So 10 will come. After that, I will be incremented to 2. That means 35 will be compared with 25. So now k is pointing to this index. So 25 will come because j value is less. After that, j is pointing to 7. I is still pointing to 2. 35 less than equal to 28. Definitely 28 will come. Okay. After that, k is pointing to 6, but j is incremented and crossing end. That means j value became 8. 8 less than equal to 7 is false. So that means one of the array, all the elements are already in the resultant. Okay. So there is no need to compare the rest of the elements of the first list because there is nothing to be compared. And also they are already sorted from the previous step. So what I need to do, I have to just copy those values one by one to the resultant. Okay. So this is just an example that some values are there in the first list, so it is being copied. The situation may come कि all the values of the first list will be copied to the second resultant array, but there is some value available in the second list, so those will be copied. Okay. So through programming, you have to give the condition in such a way that wherever the values are left, those values will be copied. Okay. So when this loop will be over, when one array is already in the resultant. Okay. So let us give a comment line here. This loop will be over when one list elements are already in the, you can say, temp array. Okay. Now outside the loop, I'll check the condition once again. I less than equal to mid. Means what? If this is true, that means here also this is true. So why this loop is over? Because it became false. And if j less than equal to end is false, means the second array, all the elements are already in the resultant. So what I need to do, you have to only copy the values of the first array to the resultant. Okay. Copy the rest of the elements to the temp array. Okay. But if this loop is false, also this is false. Means what? If this condition is false, then this is true. This is true means some elements are there in the second array, but first array is already in the resultant. So you have to copy the rest of the elements of the second array to the temporary one. Okay. First array, and this is okay. Now my work is over. Clear? But the problem is what? The entire sorted array, the resultant, is present in the temporary array. But here in the main function, I am printing the value of what? The original array. But original array doesn't contain the sorted one. Sorted one is present with the temporary array. So what we need to do? Copy the content of temp array to original array. Okay. How to copy? You have to just, it's not about 0, you have to write start. Okay. So that means this merge function you have called for what? From start to end. The start may be 0, may be some different location. End may be size minus 1 or maybe some different location. Okay, so you have to copy from start till end those contents. You have to copy from temp to ARR. Content is copied. After that, if you'll display the values of array, you will get the sorted one. Okay, so let us give the function prototype. So in merge sort, you have passed three arguments, one array, start and end. But during merge, you have passed start, mid, and end. Okay. So the biggest problem with many students or many programmer, they forget to copy the temporary array to original array, because they think that already you have done the copy, so the result is already present, but the result will be present in the temporary array, which is local to the merge function, not to the main function. So that's why you have to copy the values to the original array, and that will be reflected here. Okay, so let us see. Compiled. Suppose 8. Okay, 25, 34, 12, 65, 87, 11, 36, 55. Okay, take here. These are some random values we have given the input, and after that, whenever the sorting mechanism we have applied more sort, now the values are coming in sorted order. Okay, so whenever step by step we have done the program, we have tried to understand everything. Your work is to understand the code once again, search, see the previous video, do solve the problem, and then apply this logic on your same example, and try to understand and write down the program by yourself. Okay, so now you can understand what is the procedure of more sort through programming. Clear? Now this is just an abstract algorithm. Whenever you are calling the more sort, you are passing the array along with the start and end position. We told that key start is less than n mean minimum two elements are there. You are finding the mid position, and recursively you are calling the more sort. One from beginning to mid, another from mid plus one to end. And while merging, you are passing the starting, mid position, and ending position. And while merging, you have taken some simple what variables, so that I, j, k, normally one temporary array we have created, and then we have taken the logic, you have compared the values. Anyone which is lesser will be copied. Okay, and finally you have just copied the rest of the values which are present, okay, from the array to the temporary array. Maybe it is list one or array two, whatever, but it is being copied. But to get the original output, you have to copy the temporary array into the original array. Then only it will be reflected in the main function. Okay. So hope you have understood the entire code easily. Do some rough work and try to understand the code by yourself. Don't copy the code and write down by yourself. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching this video.